Honey, a staple in kitchens around the world, has a story that goes back thousands of years. It's a product of the complex world of bees and the environment they live in. From the ancient times when it was collected from wild hives to modern beekeeping practices, the process of making honey has fascinated humans. So, how do they do it? The story of honey is very old. 8,000 years ago, ancient cave paintings in Spain captured the daring acts of early humans, scaling cliffs to fetch honey from wild bees. Fast forward to ancient texts like the Bible, honey is a symbol of prosperity, with heaven being referred to as a land of milk and honey. In Egypt, around 2400 BC, honey was considered liquid gold, offered to gods and used primarily by the pharaohs. While the value of honey has significantly decreased over time, the art of beekeeping has also evolved dramatically. Early beekeepers coaxed bees into simple homes made of straw and mud, only to destroy these homes to harvest the honey. It was a harsh yet necessary method. Then, two people called Moses Quimby and Reverend Langstroth invented new methods in the 19th century. Quimby layered boxes of beehives for easier honey extraction, while Langstroth's movable frame hive was a game changer, making beekeeping more sustainable and honey harvesting less intrusive for the bees. Let's look into the beehive, the heart of honey production. It's a world of perfect teamwork, where every bee has a crucial role. At the center of this bustling community is the queen bee, the only bee that lays eggs. Then there are the drones, the male bees, whose sole job is to mate with the queen. But the real heroes of honey production are the worker bees. These female bees are the hive's jack of all trades. Early in their lives, they clean the hive and feed the group. As they age, they shift to guard duty. And finally, they become foragers, venturing out into the world in search of nectar. When a worker bee finds a flower, she uses her long, tube-like tongue to extract the sweet nectar. This nectar is then stored in her stomach. Once full, she returns to the hive, passing the nectar to younger worker bees, who process the nectar by adding enzymes that break down complex sugars into simpler ones. Now, it's time to dry out the nectar. The bees spread the nectar into the honeycombs and fan it with their wings, creating an air current to evaporate excess water, thickening the nectar into honey. When the honey is just right, with about 17 to 20% water content, the bees cap the honeycomb cell with a thin layer of beeswax. This beeswax cap keeps the honey safe and preserved, ready for the bees to use during times when flowers are scarce. When it's time to turn the hive's hard work into honey we enjoy, beekeepers step in with a gentle touch and a puff of smoke. The smoke calms the bees without harming them, making it safe to collect the honeycombs. With care, the beekeeper removes frames filled with honey, ensuring the bees are disturbed as little as possible. Next up in this process is the honey factory. Here, the bees' meticulous wax seals are carefully removed, revealing the honey-packed combs beneath. Then comes the extractor, a machine that uses the power of centrifugal force to fling the honey out of the comb, leaving the structure intact for the bees to reuse. But we're not done yet. The honey, now free of the comb, still carries tiny bits of wax and pollen. It flows through sieves, filtering out these bits. However, to ensure honey stays fresh and liquid on the shelves, it's gently warmed. This heating also helps to strain out any remaining impurities, making the honey crystal clear. Before this is bottled, quality control steps in. Honey is tested for moisture content, purity, and consistency, ensuring that each jar meets the high standards honey lovers expect. Only then is it bottled, labeled, and ready to find its way to your table. Did you know honey has been a trusted home remedy for centuries? Thanks to its antiseptic properties, it's been used to dress wounds, keeping them clean and preventing infections. But the wonders of the beehive don't stop at honey. Bees give us beeswax, crafting candles and cosmetics. They also give us propolis, a bee-made resin used to seal and protect the hive, which we use for its antibacterial properties. On the global stage, honey is a superstar with major production coming from countries like China leading the pack, followed by Ukraine, Argentina, Turkey, and Iran. Together, they fill the world's cupboards with jars of honey. Honey is the result of an amazing process involving bees, nature, and a bit of human help. It's fascinating to think about all the work that goes into making each jar. Similarly, the creation of imitation crab involves a significant amount of labor and craftsmanship. Click here to discover how imitation crab is made.